Solstice. Solstice. How you doing? Raiders. Welcome here. How you guys doing? That's amazing. Thank you. Hey, Mr. Seeker. So welcome to my channel. My name is Alan Barbeau. I'm French and I'm a ballpoint pen artist who do illustration for a tabletop game mostly. I'm working for the franchise Maîtres Guerriers, Master Warriors. How goes it? I mean, things goes well. I have a little bit of time before I have stuff to do, so well enough time to finish this card. Because those little illustrations are for cards that gonna be helping you know, this kind of cards. The line on the bow, arrow are beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, it's an elvish weapon, so it's a wood elf weapon, so you know, needs to be a little bit more elegant than what the others doing. Even though my wood elf are a little bit more animal-like than the one from The Hobbit, for example, they still, you know, they still have a good taste of how to make things. And the idea behind our game is to have an old school vision, you know, an old school style. So that's why we're using that. I'm using ballpoint pen and not bother too much about the strikes and the sketchy aspect of it. Make it clean, but still, you know, with the hatching visible. So we can have this old school feeling about those illustrations. We want to, you know, still see the drawing, and I feel like we all missing those days where illustration from that kind of game were drawings, you know. So we want to get back to that for our franchise. And funny enough, people seem to be enjoying that, so we keep going. And the string from that bow is from Elvish princess. So it's magical, strong hair. It's a magic bow, so We need to have magic in there. Good morning, Denise. Look at that. The fire is cracking. Zelda is on. Perfect. Yes, I did work yesterday evening, so I managed to find some nice lines for that bow, and a nice way of having it hanging in the picture. And I'm just finishing the tree because it was there were big, black lines everywhere on that tree because I want to do a boulot. I don't really know how a boulot is called in English. Those white tree with black stripes. But the stripes was too visible and was deviating our attention from the bow. So that's not the point of my background. Background is just there to fill up the whole space and kind of displaying the main item, which is the bow and the arrows. So I take out the strikes and make sure that what we see the most is the bow, which is starting to come. Now I need to play around with contrast here, and I should be ready to go. So I have like few hours to before I have plans today, so I think I have way enough time for finishing this card, and that will be it. And I'll be back this evening, I think, with a new card. So we can it's my last magic weapon, so I'm gonna tacking on the last few magic objects, and then I'll be done with the magic stuff. So I will work on the technical weapon, because the magic alignment have their magic object, and the tech alignment have their tech object as well. So that's what I'm gonna draw next. There is a lot of them that have been mashed up into the magic object, so I have less work to do than I planned. Like the crossbow of yesterday's crossbow was was a tech object, and it is right now on the basic rulebook in the magic object session. I can't wait to see more of your drawings. You have a little bit there. You can go on my Discord, there is a lot of stuff. You can go on my Instagram, because here you only have Master Warriors illustrations. But if you go to my Instagram, you'll see, because I have that Instagram. It's not, oh, you love seeing progression on your tabletop stuff. Oh yeah, that's yeah. The Facebook is a great place, and we have the Master Warriors and Discord as well. I can give you the link if you want. So that two places are very good to see the progression of the game, and hopefully we have an English version pretty soon, because right now it's French. Yeah, we are hoping to have somebody translating. I know Sebastian is working. He's probably gonna pay himself a website that translates. It's doing a better job than just Google Translation. It's a website dedicated to translate contracts and stuff like that. So it's supposed to be more serious. and we can, you know, through that website we can translate the game in, I think, 25 different language. So yeah, but it's a big job because it's not that just translating the rulebook. It means to have a second website, you know, a mirror website, but in English, you know. So yeah, it's a big job, but we need to do it quick because, you know, year after year, the website and the game and the games are gonna get, you know, bigger and bigger, and we have more and more stuff to translate. So if we waiting too much, too long, it's gonna be even a bigger job to translate everything. Oh yeah, that's for sure. Because right now, you know, French player don't seem too interesting about our project. You know, I have more, you know, English speaker people that are very interesting and just ask for knowing what it is about. And what the cool thing about our project is that, like I said, we are creating a franchise where we're gonna create a lot of different game. We're gonna have the war game is the biggest project, and the one that will be free. Because right now the rule book is in his you know, sample version. It's a beta version. It's a version that, you know, every 3 months is, you know, corrected, and we add stuff, we add stories, we add illustration, and we're gonna do that for a good year until, you know, players have tried it and tell us what they think doesn't work and stuff like that. So we're trying to create a game for the players, made almost by the players, because the whole point of that war game is for you to play with your own mini. We don't want you to buy anything for that war game. You'll buy stuff if you feel like buying stuff, like the cards I'm doing right now. They are for the game, but those weapons are already on the rulebook. The only difference with the cards is that you will be able to have a deck with all those cards, and it will help you to, you know, it will be easier to pick them up, and instead of, you know, going in the end of the book and just checking why you have one more point in there. Oh yeah, it's because of that bow. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be easier to have the cards. But it's not, you know, you can do without it if you want. If you have many at home, you have like 10 faces, dices, you have a table, and you have, you know, you just download the rule book, then you can play. We won't sell any minis for, you know, right now. So the idea is, you know, to play with the mini you want. That's the goal of that game. It's a big toolbox with a playground. So you take your mini, and you'll be sure to be able to equip your warriors the way you want, and play with them and have fun. That's the main goal for that war game. But beside that, we're gonna do. Before the war game is completely ready, we're gonna do a little card game. That's gonna be fun, and you know, it will introduce the franchise in, you know, in larger scope, because, you know, it's a sample game. It's still a game where we're gonna, you know, fight each other, 4 players for example, and they're gonna be like, the cards gonna make the terrain, and it's gonna be a mashup between, I'd say, between Talisman, which is a very old game, and maybe Magic, the Magic card game. It's kind of somewhere around that, and but the good thing about that game is that it's gonna be the same world, the same way of fighting each other. So it will, you know, it's gonna be like a tutor of how to play the war game, but with just one guy. You play just one hero, and but you know, it's gonna teach you how to fight with your army, how to fire a weapon, how to defend yourself, how to and you'll know a little bit about the, you know, the background story and everything, because we are creating a timeline from the start of the creation of Iridium, which is the world we're gonna play, and the final act of the first movie. And so there is a lot of stuff happening, you know, and different game will play different part of the story, and there is, you know, a part of that story where every race starting to fight each other because of something happening, and that's where the war game is involved. But there is time of peace where heroes look for, you know, magic artifact, and you know, that's where other game will be played, you know, role game, you know, dungeon crawling game, board game. It is a lot of different game we want to do, and we are creating a world where we can do what we want, and even the player can do what they want, because even in a war game you can create your own clan, your own family, your own flag, and if you have a good result on the field, that flag will be on the map. You know, it can become an official, you know, clan that people know through the game. Because, like I said, you know, we are working to progress, to make the game progress with the players. Kind of the opposite of what Games Workshop is doing, actually, if I may say, you know. I think Games Workshop like the money of their clients, and we don't really, you know, mind the money right now. We just want to have fun with that game. With, you know, without all the nonsense of some of the rules. Everything that, you know, usually in wargame make you like, ah, no, it's unfair. Yeah, we just we take that out, and we creating rules where it's more fair. Sounds very interesting and cool. I mean, we try to. We have a good publisher. The man in charge have a very good knowledge of the market of games, because it's been on that market for 40 years. So he knows what works and what doesn't work. What kind of stuff that is quickly, you know, consumed and used and then left away. So he's building a very strong base for his game, and we have people, you know, involved in the project to make sure that, you know, it sounds good, it looks good, and the game is good as well. So I think it's a good combo. I'm sure we're gonna go very far with that game. With those games, should I say. And you have Denise here, that is part of the team, is working, she's working her skill with the dwarves and all kind of things. Because like I said, you know, if you are interested in the project, you can be involved. You know, if you you know, if you're up to make it just for the fun of it, and just, you know, just to be involved without being, you know, too serious about it, you can have your work, you know, being something official for the game. You just you know, it will work with people that understand that it's for fun. Okay. um, all the people that gonna work on that game have to do it for fun, and not feel like you've been, you know, you've been used. Because, you know, if you feel that way and you want to be sure to, you know, that your work is going to be paid and everything, it may not be a good idea to be involved. But if you do it for fun and just, you know, for the pleasure to have your own work being used for a good game, that's the right place. Because, you know, you can write stuff, and I'm gonna make sure that it's possible. You can draw stuff, like, for example, I have Dame Hébert, that you know, she's not drawing stuff directly visually for the game, but she's drawing stuff that I can use, and it's all the symbols for families, clans, you know, tattoos and stuff like that. She's the one that for now play, because I like that word for everything. Play with shapes and her skill to create a nice visual that I can use for the illustration. And Denise is there, is perfecting her skill to make sure that she what I would like with Denise is because she's starting to being very into the dwarves, and by the time where we will have to draw a lot of dwarves, it won't be my drawings that are on the books, that will be her drawings. But, you know, we still need to work the thing to make sure that everything, you know, is in the shape of what we want for the game, and it's in the good progress. So you see, yeah, everything that wants to be involved can be involved. That's why, you know, it saddened me a little bit when people feel like, okay, I'm gonna because that's not the spirit. So, but I'm gonna work that out. But yeah, that's the general idea of that project. It's not just a game. It's yeah, it's a space for fun, you know, write wise or drawing wise, or even, you know, just giving input about stuff, you know, about the rules, about the ideas, giving ideas. I mean, anything can be, you know, as long as you want to be involved. As long as you like the energy of the project and you want to do it, you're most welcome to do so. But yeah, I understand now that not everybody wants to be involved for nothing. Which is not necessarily the case, because, you know, if you like Corsia, if you're starting to draw very important, if you're starting to do a very important part of the game, you know, eventually, when, you know, the game is gonna, you know, hit, and some money will be you know, in our pockets, of course we're gonna be able to pay the people that work for the game. But you just, you know, people that wants to be involved need to understand that right now it's just for fun, because nobody getting any money from the game yet. It's out there since last October, So, you know, and with COVID and everything, we can't do anything really to promote the game. We can't go to a convention. We can't, you know, lot of stuff that thing, you know, you need to do to make the, you know, discover the game that we can't do. So we only can do, you know, in social media or through my Twitch like that or anything. And it's a very slow process, because even people that looks, you know, French, that looks interested, you know, asking them to read the rules and tell us what they think, good or bad. We don't mind at all. You know, tell us, you know, that's bullshit. Okay, that's bullshit. Tell us why it's bullshit, and maybe we can do something about it. Because, you know, if you know, make me realize, it make, you know, people could make people realize that it could be the game they are looking for. You know, if they have a way of, you know, changing the, you know, things and make it happen like they like, you know, make it happen. And for us, we try it, and it's either it doesn't change too much anything, or it, you know, it get the game better, we're gonna change it. I gotta head to bed now though. It's pretty late. Oh yeah, I guess you're from the US, so I guess it's pretty late. But have a good rest on your stream. All right, have a good rest yourself, and see you soon. And thanks again for your raid. Cheers. That's funny, because when I finish my streams, you know, in the morning around midnight, 1 o'clock, and I'm always, you know, go around from stream to stream until, you know, I'm too tired now, I need to go to bed. And usually, you know, I'm watching people from the US, and I'm the one who say, okay, it's pretty late now, I have to go to bed. When I stream in the morning, they are the one telling me, now it's pretty late, I have to go to bed. Ah oui, on voit mieux l'arc maintenant que ces grosses bandes noires sont parties. Je vais juste foncer un petit peu plus par endroit, surtout aux endroits où il y a l'arc qui passe, qu'on voit bien on voit bien briller. It's funny, for some reason, sometimes I'm just talking to you in French. I don't know why. I just feel like, you know, just, yeah, it's like my brain is just forgetting that you're supposed to, you know. Buy followers, prime viewers, yeah, sure. You know what? Go F yourself. Bye bye. I understand most of what you're saying in French, so no worry at all. Yeah, I feel like, I don't feel like talking to my friend, I guess, and just, you know, sometime let it go and I realize all the student I'm talking French. Because since I came back in France in 2007, I realized bit by bit, whereas now, because just what happened, that, you know, if English was the thing that was getting out of my mouth when I was in Ireland, without, you know, if I'm not thinking too much about it and I'm just talking, I was talking English, because that was my main language over there. And I'm just realizing now that it changed, because if I'm not thinking too much about what language I'm talking about, I'm ended up speaking French, which is kind of normal, because that's what I'm talking most of the time. But that was not the case when I was in Ireland, and just find funny how your brain is switching from one language to another. Because in my mind, French, English, it's the same. I mean, the information are the same, and I don't really need to think too much about what I have to say. Sometimes I just bang into a word. Wow, that's strange. A word, yeah. And I'm like, oh, and I have to say it otherwise. But yeah, usually, you know, sometimes I'm like watching a movie and then talking about the movie next day, and my friend is like, wait a minute, did you see this movie in French or in English? And I'm like, I have no idea. And I try to remember if I saw this movie in French or in English, but I don't remember, because I just, you know, the language, it's just, you know, the information inside the language is the same. So I guess maybe, I don't know, because yeah, sometimes, you know, movies are better in English than French, especially the one from, you know, English speaker movie, you know, country. Need to be careful with those, you know, arrows, because yesterday I was starting an arrow from the quiver here, and I go up and I go up, and I realize I am filling up a space between arrows and not an arrow itself. I'm like, oh, come on. So now I'm doing from the top. I'm sure that's an arrow, and I go to the bottom. Just to give a little bit of a volume there, but no, and that's between. Okay. Need to check out the time, because today I don't have all the time I want. Need to have lunch, and I have how do you call that in English? When you buried somebody, an interment? I don't know. By the way, would you fancy some sun today, perhaps? I have sun today. I have a good sun, yeah. I have 5 degrees, which is, you know, a little bit low in Brittany, but we have the sun. We're gonna have some sun here. I can send. I am actually sunbathing in the balcony while listening to you. That's the best place. Yeah, we have the sun. And it's good because it's been a good while that it's raining. And it's not just raining, you know, it's this, you know, this little rain with the cold wind that goes everywhere, and you feel damp all the time. That's pretty annoying. So it's nice to have a little bit of warmth and from the sun at least, and a little bit of light. Yeah, I like when I have those all day availability, because that's when, you know, I have good result in terms of the amount of work I can put on the card, because nobody's, you know, asking me anything. I have the quiet house and I just can go there and stay. Go better than anybody, you know that, you know, we need to be merge a little bit on what we're doing to make a good job. You need to be there. You need to be a dwarf. You need to, you know, you need to feel the armor. You need to understand the shape and feel the fabric and everything. So you know when you are in a good path. But when you have, you know, people at home always asking you stuff, or even if they don't, they just, you know, make a mess behind you. You're like, how do you want me to concentrate? But funny enough, that's because, you know, that's what Aaron just smacked me in the face. Talking with my chat box don't give me any problem. I can stay in the zone while talking with my chat box, which is not the case when I'm talking with somebody behind me. Especially when it's somebody that just wants my attention. I'm like, yeah, I'm walking, come on. I can't give you my attention. It's already taken. That's the problem when you work from home. You know? Aurora, which is my wife, don't have that problem because she's working outside. So she's doing her like 4 or 5 hours during the day. And what do you want to talk about even more? Ça commence à 10h, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, almost 7 hours. Depending the days. Anyway, she's not working here, so she, you know, when she's done, she go home and she can do what she wants. But I don't have, you know, I have like 2 days like that in my week. So if I want to have my job done, I need to work in the evening. But if you stay behind me, you know, claiming attention in the evening, when you have school the next day, I'm like, come on. Bonjour, Aiden. Yes, exactly. That's what it is, actually. I think. Yeah, you don't have any noise, anything that, you know, bother your ears. Except when Corsia is, you know, throwing like 5, 6 chicken attack in a row. But, you know, apart that, it's okay. I was sure about that. Chicken attack, chicken attack. But normally that would be it. You can't do 4, 5, 6 chicken attack in a row anymore. Thanks to Corsia. Yeah, I watched the clip the other day because I realized I didn't know the clip. I didn't know the video of that song. And my goodness, I was not disappointed. Yeah, I had to because unfortunately there is some people that don't know how to stop and don't realize I'm working here. And let's be honest, you know, it's fun to do it once, but you know, doing it over and over again, you're starting to feel kind of silly, and you feel like, you know, people just starting to make fun of you. Like it's not that's not the idea. Yeah, but no. I guess you would have been banned for doing that. I would have been both bored and boring. Yeah, exactly. Am I still in the frame? No, I like to get out of the frame. That's my favorite activity. Okay, okay. Things starting to come together. Now I see the bow, no problem. I think I see the rope even more. The string. How do you call that on the bow? A rope or a sting? Or maybe something else even. A string. This. The cord. The cord? We call it the cord in French. A bowstring, okay. That makes sense. So yeah, I need to be careful of the shine of that bowstring because, you know, I don't want it to be over shining. I just want to have like an aura around it, just to show that it's a magic one. Yep, it's working. Yesterday it didn't work because there is too much, you know. I was doing that kind of tree, you know, the white tree with the black strikes. That's what I was doing yesterday, but the strikes were too strong and was diverting the attention from the bow too much. It was looking like a zebra from that side, you know, having his feet on the bow. I was like, this looked ridiculous, and it's too busy. So I erase, or I paint over all the black strikes from the trees, from the tree, and now it's much better. Now I see the bow first. I'm happy to think that I'm done with the weapon for now. Like I'm gonna spend a little bit of time drawing object, magic object, like rings and pendant and flags. So I guess I'll be back this evening. I'm gonna try to make sure that I'm starting early with Aaron, watching Boba Fett book, the book of Boba Fett, so we can watch 2 or 3 episodes before 9 p.m. so I can start my stream early and spend time with my son, because he loved those TV moments with his dad. Yeah, I'm gonna make myself lunch and I'm gonna do stuff. I need to do stuff on the computer before going at 2. I need to go to an entertainment. Somebody we know in our community just have been struck by like that, just like what you could AVC. That's how you call it in French. He was good, now he's dead. Just like that. So that's the second guy in the week that we put on the box. Starting to be scary. Okay, so I guess it's not gonna be a fun afternoon, but yeah, I have to be there. All right, let's put our little signature here. And we're done. Let me thicken a little bit the lines of the bow to make sure that it's nice and strong. Thank you, Denise. Yeah, I mean, I scratched my head yesterday wondering how I'm gonna do that long bow on this rectangle frame without having too much stuff that nothing to do with the item. And I'm happy to say that I kind of manage it, and having a cool card with that. So I'm not gonna do the bowstring because I want to keep it light and shiny. Maybe not that shiny, maybe I just to slow down the shine. Yes, but we don't want, you know, I want a nice aura, you know, like but I don't want to the bowstring to create light, you know. So you just need to glow a little bit, and I think that should be enough right now. All right, so thank you, YouTube. Thank you again, Chrono Solstice, for your raid, even if you're away now. And I'll be back this evening, guys. All right. So have a good day. Be happy, and take care of yourself. Bye bye.